The tension between the Black and Latino community needs to stop. And we need to be the generation to stop it. Anti-Blackness exists in our community. We know this. Anti-Blackness also exists within the Black community itself. All communities of color struggle with this. And the reason why is what we all have in common. We were all colonized and trained to have a mindset of you versus me for survival. But that ends with us. We need to lead with unity and not division. We have to be the change we want to see. We have to stop pointing the finger in both communities and make the decision that we are going to choose to be united versus divided. I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but here are examples of how you can show up differently and be the change you want to see. Number 1, share stories of solidarity. Share stories of love. Share stories of when you have experienced the Black or Latino community showing up in your spaces. We need to shift the narrative. Number 2, if your reality is division between the Black and Latino community and your goal is unity, then it is up to you to seek out examples of when the Latino and Black communities show up for one another, where they show love, where there is actual solidarity, because guess what? It exists. And if you need a place to start with me. I am happy to be a part of your network of Latinos who have nothing but love for our Black sisters and brothers. Number 3, ask your neighbors how you can be helpful. You need to lead with your heart in this moment. That is the only way that we are going to experience an actual shift. We have to show up as human beings. We have to show up vulnerable. We have to show up as the change that we want to see. Lastly, ask others to join you. Let's actually start in the comments. Share your stories of solidarity and love. If members of the Latino and Black community have a hard time seeing it, let's show them how it's actually done. I stand with my Black brothers and sisters, and I also stand with my Latino familia.
So I guess the Latinas and the Black girls are beefing?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Latinos in the United States have not earned the support of Black people for us to be demanding, oh yeah, why aren't they coming out to protest with us? Why aren't they engaging in activism with us? Because we haven't earned it at all, in the slightest. Or did you guys forget that 46% of all eligible Latino voters voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election? Or how about the fact that racism, anti-Blackness, colorism, all of these things are still very much pervasive in our communities? Bro, Latinos haven't even reconciled with the fact that they can't use the N-word unless they're also Black themselves, because Afro-Latinos exist. Oh, and if we're talking about Miami, oof, you'll see the whitest MAGA Latinos be like, bro, but I grew up in the hood. I grew up around Black people in Overtown or in Liberty City. I could say it, bro. No one's going to stop me from saying it. It's my right. I'm not racist. I have a Black friend. We haven't even gotten over that. And we want Black people to go to protest with us, to engage in activism with us, putting their lives, their freedom, their bodies on the line? No. I completely understand any Black person that wants to just disengage, disregard us. I get it, guys. I really, really do. And we, as Latinos, as a collective, should not be harboring resentment against Black people, criticizing them, getting angry at them, questioning them. No. No. Because we've earned this. They are completely justified in feeling the way they feel and doing what they're doing. Now, I would like to give a message to the Black folks watching this video. You are completely justified in your feelings and in doing what you're doing, and I respect it. But please remember that Black folks are also being affected by this persecution of undocumented migrants. And I feel like that's not talked about enough either. Here, Miami, Florida is the best example. Haitians, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Hondurans, Garifunas, Black people from all over Latin America and all over the world, Africans, just so many Black people that are also undocumented that are really being affected by the persecution of this administration. And of course, much like any other entity in space, Black folks in immigration detention centers, in the immigration system, are treated worse than their white, Latino, Asian counterparts. So it's really important to acknowledge that and just let you guys know. But yeah, Latinos, we need to tighten up. If you guys want the support of the Black community, then earn it. Demonstrate that we can solve these issues of racism in our own communities, and please stop saying the N-word. If you're not black, don't say the N-word. It's really simple, actually.
So guys, there has been a lot of tensions of late between the Latinos and the black Americans. This is, you remember the other day, just a few days ago, like a week ago, we had we had this Latina girl who was chanting about racism. She was abusing the black community. She was saying she doesn't like black people at all. She's known as Gonzalez. She was a cop, but right now she was dismissed from work, and right now she's a free lady, out of work. Okay, now black women had to talk about this issue, and they have come out in large numbers just to protest against Latinas, because initially they used to believe they were together in everything, because black Americans and Latinas, they are kind of believed to be foreigners. Okay, they're not foreigners actually, but the way they are being treated is like they're being treated like foreigners in United States of America. So it has always been, like if you guys, there's this slogan that I want to use. There is this term that it's always there, that the two people who are against one enemy, like that thing, okay, you become friends because your enemy is one. So black Americans have always wanted to be together with Latinas, but it seems that Latinas are now trying to be like white people, and that has a lot of angry reactions from black Americans who have come up to talk about this issue, and they demanded apology. And a lot of that is happening as I'm going to play for you these videos so that you guys can see. Remember guys, this video is for educational purposes and to creating awareness, and all the credits to the original creators of these videos that I'm going to play here, guys. So watch this video until end, guys, and like the video. Also subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about this video at the end of it. Keep on watching, guys.
White women and Latino women, I have an honest question for you. Black women have been the backbone in this country of organizing communities and political movements for decades. But they're also the same women that y'all call on when you need help. White women, you were all over this app back in 2022 with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, calling for black women to join the fight, asking where they were, because it affected them too. Latino women, you have just recently been on this app asking black women to join the fight against the ICE agents that have been raiding your homes and your communities and terrorizing your families. Now, black women have played a leading role in my life for many years, and they have never steered me wrong. So I'm curious, what is it that makes it so difficult for you to follow their leadership at the ballot box, when they have an opportunity to make real change for you and me? What makes it difficult for you to follow their leadership or put them in the position of leadership? So let's talk about it.
I hope a lot of Hispanics, at least in these past 3 days, have seen the amount of videos that I have seen and the hate that we have been receiving, our community has been receiving these past 3 days or so. I genuinely hope that you guys have opened your eyes by now. I hope that as a collective, we learn that we have to be united. We have to unite. In the United States, Hispanics in the United States, we have to unite. We have to stop the divisions and within each other. Oh, because you're from this country, I'm from this country, due to our color of skin, our race, our background, our ethnicity. We are all Hispanics at the end of the day. Because the minute you open your mouth, regardless if it's white people, as in white Americans or black Americans, the minute you open your mouth and they hear your accent and they can tell, oh, this is not one of us, we're going to get pushed away. Because it's not only white people pushing us away. And this is good for your asses, especially you, the ones that like to be lambones, lambiendo, like we say in the Caribbean, lambiendo the white or the black people. We have each other. And this is in no way, shape, or form trying to push division. This is not what I'm saying, because I know there's going to be somebody that's going to try to twist it. It's me saying at the end of the day, regardless if you're Mexican, if you're Dominican, if you're Bolivian, if you're Argentinian, if you are a Cuban, Colombian, we are all Hispanics. We have each other. At the end of the day, when something happens, we have each other here in the United States. Just like Black Americans stick together, just like white Americans stick together, we have to learn to stick together. And a lot of the problem, and I'm going to say straight up, that we have right now in the Hispanic community is that we have a percentage of people that want to kiss the ass of other groups. I don't understand why, whether it's the Hispanics that want to kiss the ass of Black Americans and they believe that they have to be accepted or validated to sit at a table. I don't know why they want to sit at a table. One thing is us being, unified or having love for each other, respect for each other. That's one thing, I can appreciate you, your contributions, what you've done, your history, whatever. I don't have to be you. I don't have to push agendas for you or do what's best for you as a Hispanic. Because at the end of the day, I'm a Hispanic and I have to look out for my people. A lot of you lambones, whether you kiss the ass of the Blacks, like I said, Black Americans, or you kiss the ass of the white Americans and you think that your blonde hair dye is going to give you a seat at their table, regardless of which ones, it's a problem. Because what we are is a mixed race people. We are the children of Spain, we are the children of Africa, and we are the children of the indigenous Americans. We have all these three races within our blood and our DNA. And that's okay. It is okay to be mixed. I don't have to choose which race I like more. I'm Hispanic, period. And being a Hispanic is literally being a child of these three races, regardless which one you have more of. You may have more white in you, but it doesn't mean that you don't have a native somewhere in there. You may have more Black in you, but it doesn't mean that European ancestor isn't swimming somewhere within your DNA. And we are a representation of unity. Because our culture, our language, our customs, and our history unite us as an ethnicity. And when we learn to be unified as a people, together, regardless of our country, in the United States, things are going to be better for us. And when we learn to respect our cultures as in where our parents came from, and respect and defend and push those cultures, things are going to be better for us. But as long as we have these lambones that want to be kissing the ass of other groups because they want validation or I want to be accepted with you. Until we have those type of Hispanics, nothing is going to change. I am Latina, 100% Hispanic, hispana, 100%, orgullosa, proud of who I am. Al 100%, 10 toes down Hispanic. And nobody is taking that from me. Nobody is taking that from me.
So I've seen a lot of discourse online about the Hispanic and Latino community and about this Houston cop, Ashley Gonzalez. First of all, a trash human being. But the Black community coming out and calling out the Hispanic and Mexicans for being racist, they're absolutely right. Some of the first people that I saw in my life that were racist were Mexican people, were my own family members as a child. And as a child, I couldn't understand why we as Mexicans would hate somebody that was only a few shades darker than us. Like, that never made sense to me. So growing up, I was like, y'all talk about racism against white people, because obviously we experienced racism growing up. But then to turn around and do it against the same community who is fighting against racism, that never made sense to me. But I will say, though, the first person to teach me to check my racism was my dad. And, growing up, I never thought like that. I wasn't a racist person to where I didn't like somebody because of their skin tone. But one conversation I had with my dad really put things in perspective of how I thought. We were talking about actors, and he was talking about Will Smith, and I was telling him how he's one of my favorite Black actors. And he just looked at me and was like, why does he have to be your favorite Black actor? And I was like 12 when this conversation happened, so I was like, I don't know, he's like, no, think about it, why would you say that? And I didn't know, I don't know why I said that, it came out like that. He's like, he could just be a great actor, you don't have to categorize him because he's Black, he's just a good actor. So as much as there is racism everywhere in all skin tones, skin types, families, the important thing is checking it. And people have gotten so comfortable with their racism lately, it really sickens me. I don't play that shit. I don't think it's funny. I don't do the jokes. I don't do the TT, haha. It's done. There's no need for us to keep on doing this. It's so old. It's so fucking tired. We are in the year whatever to still be worrying about each other's skin tones and still having these race wars being waged against each other instead of looking at who's pulling the strings. But to the Black community, I don't know what the obsession is with y'all. I'm sorry that y'all can't seem to get a break because fuck. I understand the racism that I have to deal with just being Mexican and, intersectionality and all the crap that we have to deal with growing up, and the fact that the Mexican community and the Latino community would rather tie themselves with, tokenize themselves. They get spent. And we've seen that. We're seeing that in the news. We're seeing that they try to align themselves with whiteness for power, and it's biting them in the butt, unfortunately. But the Black community has removed themselves from a lot of things. They removed themselves from politics. They removed themselves from just being a part of the conversation, and yet people keep bringing them back into it. I'm sure they're tired. I'd be exhausted too. At the end of the day, just leave people alone.
White women are upset at me because I keep pointing out that they stood by in history. They had a little more hands in the clay than they like to let off, and they're actually monsters behind the scene who hide behind their gender and race, while also making claims to my hair when you know good and goddamn well it's never looked this good. We'll put a pin in that. Moving forward, until you admit that you are solely the parents of every single Ku Klux Klan member. My people never did that. You are solely the parents of all other people who made travesties. Do you make claim to them? Do you stand proud and talk about how much you receive welfare and handouts and lead DEI initiatives as far as being hired at 70+%? No. Do you allow Black women inside of the women's suffrage movement? No. Did you birth the woman, Margaret who decided to wage war against Black women so that they don't have children? No, that was your child. Not mine, not my people. So until you stand rightfully in your place next to those men that you want us to hate and be about feminism for, then I'm done talking. See, I'm your ancestors' worst nightmare. You might look at me and think maybe there's some white in there. It's not. Okay? I'm quite possibly the spook who sat by the door, so maybe I am a double agent. Luckily for me and my people, I don't fuck with y'all like that. So stand up. Be right, be on the right side of history for once, and stop trying to control the narrative in my comments by making claim to things that are not true. Good luck. Actually, no, I don't mean that.
Of you have the audacity to Latinos asking Black people why they aren't present to help fight against the deportations like Latinos were for the BLM movement. What? The audacity to ask such a question is absolutely insane. First of all, Black people, other Latinos begged you not to vote for this Cheeto. Begged you to vote for your own causes. And yet and still, you voted for him. Now here we are, facing mass deportations, and you have the nerve to question Black people? Not your fellow Latinos who casted the vote, not white people, but Black people. Black people who overwhelmingly went to the polls to support the candidate that they wanted, who didn't say she was going to deport Latinos. Do you see the hypocrisy? Also, not to mention, Latinos weren't overwhelmingly involved in the BLM movement. I'm sorry.
I've been seeing the little TikToks about Latinas versus Black girls. Y'all do not fall for that, because when I did some more research in it, and y'all know I be researching, it's a burner page. It's a burner page releasing these photos and comparisons between Latinas having braids, Afro-Latinas having braids, and Black women having braids. This is a burner page. This ain't real. Latinas, Black and brown always been down. You hear me? Black and brown always been down, always gonna be down, ain't never gonna change nothing up. See, it's these other colored people who want us to believe that we about to be against each other. No, we against y'all. We against y'all. We ain't against each other. What?
So we've all seen it, right? You see a really cute looking Black guy, and then all of a sudden he's with like the most basic looking white girl. You're just like, or basic looking Mexican girl. You're just like,
right? But then you see them online and you're like, oh, they look cute, they look happy, like they're having a really good time together, right? But then, you know, you have to think and say, okay, if he saw me in the store, he's definitely the type that'll try to talk to me, for sure. You know what I mean? And then you find out he dates white girls or he's married to a white girl, whatever, right? But that's not the point I'm making here. The point I'm making here is they say, oh, well, you know, these white girls bring peace. Oh, these Mexican girls bring peace. They're peace, 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 peace. But then it's like we see on social media, and they're not as peaceful as they're making them out. They're already putting people on child support. They're breaking shit, calling people the N-word. And on top of that, you have the spicy Latina thing that everyone talks about. Oh, Latina girls are so spicy. But then if a black girl does the same behavior, she's ghetto and trashy. So that's what I want to know from black men. Like, why as a Latina do you guys call them spicy, but then as a black girl it's called being ghetto? You know what I mean? And it just seems like, you know, I understand nobody wants to deal with attitude. Nobody wants to deal with none of this shit that a lot of quote unquote black girls bring to the table. You know, they think they're better, you know, they don't listen, they don't cook, they don't clean. Supposedly there's all these stereotypes against black girls, which, I mean, I don't know, because I don't have any fucking friends. I don't know what people do in their real life. And as a man, you guys know a true woman. Like, you guys know a woman. Like, we can present whatever we want online, but behind closed doors there is someone out there that knows every single woman on social media. Like, that bitch is a fucking dog face lie. So it's kind of like, what is it about black girls and Mexican girls that makes those two different, but their behaviors are the same?
So I was getting out of my car just now at the same time as a black woman, and I said good morning to her. She didn't say anything back to me. Took a few more steps, and there was a Latino woman walking out of the store with her two kids, a girl and a boy. She says good morning. The little girl says good morning. Cute. And you know what that tells me about the difference between black women and Latino women? Absolutely nothing. What you thought this was about to be? We out here.
He was talking about how Latinas are praised for the same thing black women are dehumanized for. We're not praised, but fetishized. But anyways, you know how like Latinos are just known for being toxic, and it's just so normalized. Like, I was on Twitter, I seen a girl literally just like smacking the shit out of her man. The comments like, yeah, Latinas, man, I love Latinas. Nigga, what? But let a black woman be in her world, mind her business. Black women are single mothers. I love foreign women. There's no more traditional women in the society. My grandma. I need a new pair of drawers. My drawers stank. I got shit stank. We should be going 50-50 on my kids.
This is exactly what black and white people and also the Latinas, they think about how things are going at this particular minute. Guys, let me know what you think about this particular video in the comment section below. Do you think that something need to be done, like between the black community and the Latinas, or should the Latinas just apologize and go on as the way things are supposed to be? And you know, one thing I've realized is that some Latinas are very kind, and they're trying to bring the unity between them and the black community. They're trying to unite and try to spread peace, preach peace between the two communities. But there are some people who are saying, no, it doesn't have to be like that. We don't think we cannot apologize. So there's some issues concerning these two communities. And I want you guys to let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, up to this particular point. I just want to say thank you, guys. And if the first time watching this video, kindly do subscribe to this amazing channel. Let me know what you think about this video. I'll be happy to read your comments, and also you can share it to other people so that they can see it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching up to this point. Until next time, have a great morning, have a great afternoon, and have a great evening. Ciao, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.